Hey guys, welcome back. I am Albie, in case you're just tuning into my channel. Oh, I am high. Here we go. We're gonna try that all over again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Albie. I am on day 5 of my 1 year social media challenge, but that is not what we're going to talk about today. So these past 5 days I've actually gotten able to do quite a few things that probably wouldn't have done. So on Sunday, I started this on Saturday, and if you don't know, you can definitely check out the video where I talk about this here. Basically, 1 year social media. I explain in the video, and maybe if you guys requested or whatever the case is, I can dive a little bit deeper. But in any case, so on Sunday, I went for a walk around Harbor Point here in Washington, and it was about like a 4 or 5 mile walk. And part of why I wanted to do that, one, I was getting a little stir crazy in the apartment. Get outside, me and little princess. It was a pretty nice day, but also we're in spring, summer's coming. I like to get inspired, and I spoke it up. I actually made a video to post, and then I didn't, because I was like, I want to just be outside. I want to just enjoy outside. So I stopped recording. But anyway, part of it was I wanted to get inspired for any outdoor projects that might come my way, whatever the case is. And I put it out to the universe, and boom, right now I am working on a patio refresh. It is my first outdoor project of the season, so that's exciting. So I wanted to jump in a video and kind of show you guys a little bit about my process, because I know for a lot of people, e-design is a new weird thing. You don't necessarily always get to see it in action. It kind of seems like this weird stepchild of traditional interior design. So I was like, while I'm gonna jump on and chat with you guys, might as well show you a little bit about how I put that together. I wanted to do that 2 days ago, so yesterday, so I started the project 2 days ago, and I wanted to do this video yesterday. But yesterday morning, I woke up bright and early. I like waking up before my husband and my daughter while the house is still quiet. I'm just a morning person, just to kind of, get a jump on everything. Drinking my coffee, doing some work, whatever, reading, journaling, walking, whatever. In any case, I ended up on the wrong end of a butter knife. Don't judge me. Yesterday, sliced through my finger, so I had to go get this stitch up. So I got 4 stitches. So that was my Tuesday. That was fun. I won't show you guys the gross finger, but yeah, first time getting stitches outside of childbirth in my life, so that was fun. In any case, but so here I am today trying to kind of catch up on schoolwork and work. So yeah, I wanted to kind of show you guys that project. I'm really excited about it because I took that walk and I really felt like it kind of got some juices flowing, my outdoor juices flowing. So I'm gonna show you guys really quickly a little bit of what my process is. Obviously I'm still working on it, so I can't show you too much, but essentially how I get the project going, in terms of getting a sense for what they like, if we're on the same page, how I plan things out, and then we will go from there. Okay, so first we're looking at the mood board that I put together. So it's a seating area and an eating area. And fun fact about me, I don't like sets, especially dining sets. I like some mix and match. Table and then chairs from somewhere else. Same thing with my living room sets and so on and so forth. But anyway, so we have this really dope table, that I sourced from Ballard Designs. I really like their stuff. What I really, really love about this table, I don't know if you can see it so clearly here. I'm going to try to like get as zoomed in yet still as clear as possible. So it has like this, it has a smooth finish, but like this kind of tile looking top, where you can kind of see mixes of ivory and gray, because I didn't want just like a plain tabletop. And then obviously you have the metal base, which kind of really grounds the look, and goes with these 4 swivel lounge chairs. Now these are all specifically outdoor pieces, designed for the outdoor. But yeah, these 4 silver chairs, same metal. So it kind of really creates a cohesive look without actually buying a complete set. And then tying that all together is going to be this really nice blue and beige rug. And that's for the dining area. And then in the seating area, we have a beige rug, round rug. And in itself, this rug is dope. And just kind of like the round rug in one area, but the round table in another area. I like mixing and matching like the shapes and such. So nothing's too harsh or whatever. So that's grounding the seating area, which is these 2. So this is a complete set. So this comes with the 2 club chairs and the love seat and the table, which is also like an iron finished frame as well. But again, not too matchy to the dining area. And then we have this little bistro. This is a complete set because it works. It's a small footprint. Little bistro area that's gonna go over by where their grill is, but we'll look at the space plan in a little bit. And little accents like this gold bar cart. Just introducing little touches of gold to kind of go with the metals, but contrasting the dark metals that we have in there. There's already a lot of greenery surrounding with the perimeter of the patio, but just a nice planter. Although this little bitty here can also be a cooler, fill it with ice and drinks and what's not, but also a planter depending on what you have going on. Some throw pillows. My palette is really cool. Some blues, whites, ivories, beiges, that family. But this set is really dope because it plays with that. But then you have just a little bit of yellow, a little bit of sunshine, kind of break it all up. And then obviously the plants and what's not, bring in some green to also break up that cool color palette. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys the space plan, basically where I kind of just plug in pieces, at least the idea of how I would want certain pieces to work in this space. Once we kind of refine the shopping list, I put in exact dimensions to make sure, everything makes sense. But usually I do this first, and with the dimensions that I feel work in here, I then go look for pieces that kind of work around that. So like I know in here, if I've put, an 8x11 rug, and it looks good, I am not going to go look at rugs that are 4x6 or 10x14. Maybe 7x9 or something like that, stay in that general area. But like, again, it gives me a good guideline, and then I come back and put the final pieces in here and just kind of make sure everything, looks good, feels good, flows good. But yeah, so for this particular one, I have 2 space plans that I put together that I'm going to show her, and that's really only because they both will work. I just want to give her an idea of how the space could work, and also want to see exactly how she wants to use the space. So with the first one, they already have their grill, and where they have it, I think, is the best location for it. Especially, I definitely have to touch base with them, but they have, I guess, the electrical paneling on the other side, and I don't want to have where stuff is cooking and power and all that jazz in the same area. And then also just when kind of you're stepping out of the house, again, it's all about the flow of things. So we have the little bistro set near there. Just kind of a place the griller can sit and chit chat, put down their beverage, whoever wants to chit chat with them, and it's just kind of right off, that area where cooking, for lack of a better word, is going to be happening. But then we have the main eating area right in front of it, and then off to the side you have the seating area with the bar cart. That seating area is a love seat, 2 chairs, the table. And that's the biggest difference in the other one, where it's 2 love seats instead of 1 love seat and 2 chairs. Not a huge difference, but a difference, definitely depending on the kind of intimacy you want to have, the number of seating you want to have. In this case, the number of seating actually stays about the same, but just kind of a different feel. And I'm also showing this one with an umbrella, not because the other one can't be done with an umbrella, but just so they know they have that option. Although I'm thinking an arch umbrella might be what works best, especially for the table that I am swooning over for this particular project. And again, bar cart. Well, in this one, I'm not doing a bar cart. I'm leaning more towards like a credenza type of piece. But we still have like the bistro set off to the side, and then they have their landscaping around the perimeter. But we would just kind of plug in planters and so on and so forth. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now I will say it doesn't always happen online. Like, I keep a swatch board in my office. I'm just gonna turn the camera so you guys can see it. And those are swatches from some of my favorite vendors, or preferred vendors, I should say. I have a couple dozen vendors that I almost always go to first, unless I have to check out someone else, whether it's, the client requested it or whatever. But yeah, so the swatch board, I keep that on hand because, one, it's like fun and funky to look like. I actually need to fix it because see, some of my swatches are falling off. Because I was tinkering with it, looking at some swatches. But I keep that here because a lot of times when I'm sourcing something, I'm not memorizing every shade of blue, for example, from every vendor. I'm not memorizing how it feels or whatever the case is. Some definitely stand out a lot more than others. But so a lot of times I'll be like, okay, yeah, I want this one. But, ooh, does it really look like the way I want it to look? Because again, 9 times out of 10, I'm not doing the installation for these projects. I do have clients who will purchase a hard copy or print. We're gonna do it again. I do have clients who will purchase a print project or a hard copy project, and in which case with that they get their paint swatches and their upholstery swatches and flooring finishes or whatever, depending on what's in the project. But that's not always the case. So what'll happen is I need to be as accurate as possible. Since I'm sourcing everything, they're trusting me, so I put it all together for them. So I will go to my little board over here and go, okay, nope, this isn't the blue I want. This is the blue I want, or whatever the case is, because I like the texture or the finish or the shade or whatever the case is. So I gotta go through that process along with when I'm putting together, like my shopping list and mood board and all that jazz. But then also some of the vendors do have brick and mortar locations by me. So I will kind of make a running list for me when I'm out here in these streets to say, ooh, okay, I need to pop into Pier 1 and check out XYZ, or I need to pop into Target, or I need to pop into World Market or whatever. I am fortunate enough to have moved somewhere where a lot of these vendors are accessible. When I lived back in New York, a lot of these places weren't as accessible. Living in this city, that was probably one of the biggest disadvantages, I want to say. But in any case, so yeah, so that is how I kick off my process. I took a break from work right now to do this video with you guys, and also after I finish this video and do some editing and all that jazz, by that time you see it, I will have jumped into some schoolwork and then cleaned out my stitches. But yeah, I have a general idea of where this channel is going, but I would love it if you guys comment, like, what do you want to see more? If you want to see more design, you want to see more about a challenge, you want to see more about whatever the hell you want to see more about. Like I said, I have an idea of where I want to take this channel, but you know, I haven't completely refined it, so I am open to, you know, what do you want more of. If you like this video, if you like this little quick behind the scenes, definitely like, subscribe, tell me you want more. If you want to hear how I'm handling being off of social media, like, comment, tell me your thoughts on that. But until next time, see you guys.